Hello fellow coders, and welcome to day 13, I think it is. So day 13 of the lockdown and lesson 13. Now I've got two bits of news. One is really good news, and that is our forums are now working. So if you got a question, head off to our site www.itvarsity.org and you'll find the tutorial there, and there's a link to the forum. Go and ask away. I'm going to put another video below this one that shows you how to ask questions in the forum. It's really quite easy. The other news, the funny news, is yesterday I'm actually in the middle of a huge software development project for our own learning management system, and there was an issue that I was having, and it had me baffled for a couple of hours, only to realize that I forgot to add a semicolon. A semicolon was missing. Yep, it happens to all of us. So if you have an issue with your code, if you are having any trouble, just remember that it happens to even the most seasoned developers. So hang in there and work it out. The advantage you have is you've got somebody that you can ask the questions to. Head off to our forums and you can ask the question. Now I'm going to try and remember to add the link to the web page with every post of this video, whether it's on social media or on YouTube, so that you can head off straight there and you can ask your questions in the forum. So fire away, don't hesitate, ask your questions. Today we're going to continue styling the header section of our website, and hopefully time permitting, we'll also do the footer section. So without delay, let's get down to it. I'm going to work a little faster than I normally do today, but it's just to catch up because I'm kind of falling behind on my lesson plans. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to make this header look like this one. Now I'm going to keep the finished product open on a separate tab, so we'll continuously move back and forth, so it'll guide us in what we need to be styling. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to target that text now. So the first thing is to add a padding. Now why are we doing this? Now you'll notice that there's a gap from the top to the text and from the bottom to this text. Alright, so we're going to use paddings to add that gap. So we're going to give this guy a padding of 30 pixels. Remember, this value is for the top. The next one is 0 pixels. This one is for the right. So 30 means leave a gap from the top to there, and 0 means leave a gap from there to there, or leave no gap from there to the text. Now obviously there won't be a gap, but you'll only notice this if the text was so large, like this one, that it went from one end of the screen to the other. But this one is quite small, so it won't make a difference. But just for safety, we put in the padding. So top, right, bottom, left. 30 pixels and 0 pixels for the left. All right, let's save this, head back, refresh, and there we go. You can see the paddings are now there. We are a step closer. Now the next thing we need to do is to work on the text. As far as the footer box itself, the header box itself goes, it's ready. We just need to focus our efforts now on the text. So let's go back to our code. Now what I'm going to do here is to make my code more readable, I'm going to add a comment line here. Now watch what I'm going to do. / asterisk and a whole lot of equals to signs, and I'm going to call this one header, and then asterisk and then / again. Remember, it's the /, not the backslash. Now what is this line here? This line is a comment in CSS. It's a line that your browser will ignore. It's for human readability, not for the computer to read. And then I'm going to add another one at the bottom of the header section. I'm just going to leave a few lines again /**. Now this is all you need. You need the /** and the */. This is the open comment tag, and this is the close comment tag. And everything you put inside, you can put just about any text inside there. Anything you put inside there will be totally ignored by the browser. So it's safe to put in things like this, lines, notes that you need to put in. If you need to sort of, remind yourself what this does, let's say I wanted to put in a line there to remind me, this adds spacing at the top and bottom. You get the picture, but don't forget to close the comment, all right, because otherwise all the code that follows will also be commented out. So I'm going to remove this guy. Okay, next, as I said, we're going to focus on the h1. So it's .header h1, open and close curly braces. The first thing we'll do is give this guy a letter spacing. Now, for those of you that worked with Microsoft Word and other word processing programs, you know that letter spacing refers to the spaces in between each letter in your words. So we're going to give this one a measurement of 0.1 EM. Now EM, just like pixels, is a type of measurement in CSS. If you're keen to know more about it, definitely Google it up and read about it. Okay, let's save this. Back in the browser. Now focus on this text, right? See what happens when I refresh. Boom. The moment I refresh, see what happens? You get some spaces appearing. It just makes the text look a whole lot better. Next, we're going to do two very simple changes. Firstly, the font size we'll set to 44 pixels, a little smaller than what we've already got. And finally, the color of the text will be set to white. Let's go and check it out. Back in the browser, refresh. Fantastic. Check it out. Taking shape beautifully. Next, we're going to focus on the paragraph. Header P this time. Why? Because the section is called header and the element is called paragraph. So any paragraph inside the header will have this style here. So this guy, will give him a letter spacing again of 0.1 EM, just like your heading. Remember, it's 0.1. This is not a comma. All right. And we'll also color this guy white. Now you can use the word white, or you can use its hex code. If you want to be really cool, use #FFF. That's the hex code for the color white. So when you hover over it, see, it shows you white right there. Okay, let's save this and refresh. The letter spacing didn't change here. Let's go and check it out. What's going on? All right. So there's a bug in my code here. Letter spacing 0.1. I forgot to put in the EM part, but I'm sure you picked that up and you've already added that in. Okay, save, refresh. Fantastic. So you can see it looks very similar to what we have. Of course, we need to make a few small changes. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. I'm going to have to wrap it up, but I'll catch you in the next lesson.